Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pull.
What is up, sports fans? Happy Thursday, February 10th. It is almost Valentine's Day. It is almost Super Bowl 56 Day. It is almost a very, very fun weekend. But before then, we've got a hopeful restock of sports cards here on Target.com. What's going on, everybody? Hanging out here on Schultz's Card Pulls. Thank you so much for checking in early this morning. Woo! Hope everybody is good as you can be, especially all you West Coasties out there. Super early for everybody. What's going on? Been left in a lurch by Target this week, unfortunately skipping the regular Tuesday restock that they've been doing as of a couple months ago, every other Tuesday. And we are now officially in the hot zone, guys. Apologize for being a little late there, but Kitty made me spill my drink on the way up the stairs, so I had to clean that up and then make sure everything was good getting on this morning here on the live stream. So I apologize, but that is the reason for the delay. We're here. We're ready to go. We're in the hot zone here on Schultz's Card Pulls, everybody. Wow, so tired I can't even say my own channel name. Definitely running on fumes, but excited to see what happens this weekend in the Super Bowl. Hopefully we can supplement it with a super sick restock here on Target.com, especially after a pretty lackadaisy, unavailable for manual users restock on Walmart.com again yesterday. And not even just for manual users, but actually I know a lot of bots were scoring like Illusions football mega boxes. There were some Panini Mosaic basketball mega boxes that were scored for sure, but just not that many available, even though people kept seeing them going up in stock supposedly in waves for like an hour yesterday. But super frustrating there. We can yak about that. We can talk about all of the troubles people are having getting their hands on sports cards. Still, some people see Mosaic up on the shelves in their area, just kind of sitting there. Some people don't. So there's kind of this perception that like the hobby's dying in some spots of the country, but I definitely don't agree. I think that if people did know that Mosaic basketball was sitting on the shelves there, they'd probably go grab it. I know the mega boxes, despite not reselling for much, are still a pretty fun rip and a lot of cards and a lot of chances at a Genesis. So I did see Tommy Two Dimes saying, Schulte, what's going on, man? Yeah, Funko Pop King Hunter says, like that jersey. Thanks, man. Got my Justin Herbert threads ready to go this morning. Yeah, Rick Cisneros says, Herbie, Exactamundo. Kevin says, the shoulder pads. I mean, no, that's just my chubby shoulders, brother. Steve Piero says, caress that like, folks. Blaze One Sports. What's going on, buddy? How you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in to every single one of you. We are now 2 minutes into the hot zone so far. Unfortunately, not seeing any activity yet as far as a restock on Target.com goes, but I will let you all know as soon as that changes. And if you do have any questions, you guys, if you are new, if you are trying to get sports cards online and you got questions as well as about getting cards in stores and where to go, when to go, we can try and yak about that as well. I'm here trying to answer all of your questions today, so really trying to pay attention to what people are saying in the chat. I appreciate every single one of you there. Siski Whiskey says, loves the powder blue Schulte. Heck yeah. When my wife asked me, she knew that I wanted a Herbert jersey for Christmas. She's like, well, which color do you want? Because there's like 4 options. And I said, I want the powder blue, baby. Gotta get the powder blue. Can't not. It's the sickest look of them all. So I appreciate that, Siski Whiskey. Sean Sports Card says, retail has gotten too expensive. We're over Walmart prices, but Target is cheaper. That's why I'm here. I appreciate it, Sean. And I understand the point that you're making. It is pretty valid, and unfortunately, the prices of retail have continued to go up. I know Meijer just charging flipper prices at this point, but it's not only Walmart. I mean, you've seen the prices of mega boxes climb at Target.com too, you guys. Optic basketball megas, for instance, here if I can find them. On the Target tracker, they were sitting at $60 retail when they came out. The Target version was. And then, of course, you remember the Chrome Baseball Update Series mega boxes that came out a couple weeks ago. Those jumped. Last year, guys, those were $19.99 a box for the Chrome Update mega boxes. And you had the chance to pull autos, chance to pull super fractors, basically the same advertisement as you do on this year's box. However, the price jumped to $50 a box. Now, is that because they knew that there were a couple more valuable rookies in there? No, I think it's because Topps is just trying to grab a little bit of that profit margin. just like everybody else. Steel City says the flip game is finally coming to an end. It is good for the hobby. I do agree. However, okay, I'm trying to click on the page and it's just not letting me. However, I will say it is very good for the hobby. It is definitely frustrating when you have a group kind of just come on in that quickly. Yeah, see, there's the $60 optic mega box, you guys. So not just stuff that's more expensive on Walmart.com. Obviously, the $15 cellos are a perfect example as well. The cello packs were running about $10 earlier in the year and last year. Now those are $15. So super weird into 2022. All these prices going up, but you expect it. And one of the things just mentioned that the flippers are going out, which is good for the hobby. But one of the things that has left us with, unfortunately, is higher price boxes, which I predicted a while ago. I always said that I thought that to get flippers out of the ball game, you'd have to raise prices in stores as well as offer another version between like hobby and a mega box. If you could offer like some kind of hobby light version, even lighter than like the H2 or the fast breaks. I think Classics is actually, it's an H2 box, but it's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Just something at an affordable price point with a chance to pull some crazy hits out of it, but it doesn't have to be a stupid expensive hobby box. I think that's good for everybody, and I think that we are seeing a definite hope that those kinds of prices might come back down a little bit, but I think we're probably going to be seeing everything just staying the same, unfortunately. So that extra tier of boxes has been released in some forms from Panini and Topps, and it definitely has helped the retail market, but stuff's still getting super expensive. Brad says, bro, missed the golden age of flipping. Who's your polls? Says, Morning Schulte, thanks for the Walgreens good video. I found 3 boxes to rip on the channel. Got a Herbert and a rookie from the select packs. There you go, buddy. Congratulations to you. Sean Sports Card says, can't wait for Fanatics to take over. This has gotten ridiculous. And guys, speaking of Fanatics, it looks like somebody's mentioning that consoles are loading. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But if you are after consoles this morning, you guys, unfortunately, that does confirm that sports cards are not coming down. But if you are after consoles this morning, we do have the links to PS5s and Xboxes on Target.com down in the description as well. So hang out, stay. We'll try to help you all score a couple of those as well. But looking, and I appreciate it about the, once again, about the $5 Walgreens boxes. Looking at what's available for everybody. And with Fanatics coming into the hobby in 2 years, obviously the potential is there for cards to be basically available to every single person, even more so than they are right now. However, what does that do to the value of the hobby overall? I think that is a question that will be answered in about 2 or 3 years. I think we can all predict, and I think we can all pontificate, but unfortunately, I'm not sure that we're going to see anything for sure until we know what the distribution plan is going to be like and what Fanatics is going to be doing, partnering up with LCSs and hopefully keeping them in the game. All right, yeah, Daddy Dale says, looks like Plus Blasters Minis restocked again 2 hours ago. Out of stock now. All right, so Flux popping up on the website kind of randomly, guys, but looks like people are seeing consoles. Random, but we are seeing consoles. It's super weird, guys. Everybody said consoles were happening last week, and they didn't. Target just skipped last week altogether for everything, consoles and sports cards, and all the people that said consoles last week, unfortunately, were wrong. But the ones that said consoles this week were correct, so congratulations going to you. Ben says retail going up, but individual card values are trash. On boosters, so no cards again this week. Unfortunately not, man. It does not look like it, because when you do see consoles go on the back end and get loaded on Target.com ready to sell, unfortunately that does mean, you guys, that you are not going to get your hand on sports cards for that particular week. They just don't do both cards and consoles in the same week, but we're going to be here hanging out talking about the Super Bowl, talking about a possible console restock coming here probably in the next 20 or 30 minutes, or I guess not possible, but guaranteed, and then a possible sports card restock coming, and when the heck they're going to be switching this around again for us and giving us sports cards again. I would assume, guys, if they're loading consoles today and they skipped last week altogether, they're probably going to go back to like next Tuesday after the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised. Although you would think the week of the Super Bowl, they would want to release like the NFL Mosaic, but who knows? Who the hell knows? They have so many different calendar releases centered around like Pokemon, but when it comes to sports cards, there really doesn't seem to be thought thrown out there by the distribution companies as to when the cards are going to be put on the shelf or on websites. So, super weird. Kosher Craig says, no, does Target even sell cards anymore? It's been 2 weeks. Yes, they sell cards. They absolutely sell cards, man. I understand the frustration from you. Steel City says, Ben is right. Yeah, talking about individual card values, you guys, unfortunately, the market for individual cards wasn't just, it isn't just trash right now, but it really was trash throughout the entire bubble of the pandemic, because there's so many values of cards that should be there that weren't, and just the different ways that the market kind of pick and chose exactly who was going to be valued and who has potential and everything. The entire sports card market, even before this point, was just trash. So just because stuff sold for more doesn't mean that it was smarter, doesn't mean that it was a better, more educated market. Yeah, you could get more on the resale, and I know that's frustrating, but the investment is still there, and there is still a potential for resale on some of these cards, you guys. Just unfortunately not the base cards, because they printed millions of those. So for pretty much everything. Scotto says, Target really pissing me off. I understand, you guys. I do apologize. Unfortunately, no cards, it looks like, coming this week from Target.com, and consoles are going to be the game. It's going to be no sports cards again this week. Hopefully Tuesday. I would cross my fingers for, but like I said, I'm not sure. But if you guys are looking for sports cards, Fanatics does still have the Fanatics exclusive Mosaic basketball blaster boxes that were released yesterday on the website. They are cool because they are green cracked ice parallels. They are $40 per blaster. However, I promise you guys, if you buy a couple right now, when they aren't in stock in a couple of months, you are going to be so happy that you bought this extra Mosaic basketball. And I know that we've seen a lot of it, but when the Fanatics exclusives hit the shelves, they always have extra value. So I know it's a $40 blaster, but with that green cracked ice parallel coming out of Mosaic, guys, it is still available on Fanatics.com. Actually, if you go click down through my affiliate link in the description to Fanatics.com and just search Mosaic basketball, you should be able to find it. And I would highly recommend you grab a couple. Wayne says, oh boy, it was not dead. Where's my OG collector Dustin at? I've been collected for 20 years. It wasn't dead. Just nobody realized the potential in our hobby. Yeah, Wayne, that's why I've been talking about the new money that could come into the sports card hobby. And with Fanatics bringing so much extra attention and new eyes along with that new money, and then buying tops and kind of upping the entire game and really changing it going forward, pulling the carpet from under how we've done things in the hobby in the past, and really bringing it into 2022 and beyond. And I think that obviously was what needed to happen, as well, as the prices, and we talk about how the market works and sustainability and access to the hobby. But that needed to happen. Some kind of infusion needed to happen, so we could see the hobby get that mainstream coverage. And I think with Fanatics, that's going to happen going forward. Jonathan Amias says the Fanatics is going to be taken over. They're selling Mosaic blasters for $40. It's going to get worse. It's a rich man's hobby now. Well, Jonathan, as I was just talking about, those Fanatics blasters are exclusive to that site with a specific color release. Just like, you guys, those Prism basketball blaster boxes that were red that came from Fanatics, those are selling, I think, for $180 to $200 now, because they are so hard to find. And like a LaMelo Ball cracked ice, a green cracked ice parallel from that box, which is super hard to get your hands on, I think it's running like $350. So Peyton, what's going on, man? Says, what's up, Schulte? I changed my name. Heck yeah. No worries. Yeah, you can change your name. I appreciate you letting me know. It does help me keep up a little bit. GLDO says, why is there even a scalper market for consoles anymore? They've been out for years. Yeah, GLDO, but unfortunately, the line of distribution with the pandemic and with everything else, unfortunately, has been slowed with consoles, as well as a shortage of supplies able to build them. They just for, I know it's been a long time, but for that entire chunk of time, have not been able to keep up with demand, and cramped shipping lines and other issues that you normally wouldn't be dealing with in the world as a major company like that have hamstrung the development and extra sales of PlayStation 5s and Xboxes also. So that is the main reason that's happening there. That's what's going on as far as consoles still being valuable on the resale market. Unfortunately, you guys, just still a shortage of available shipping, conduits, and available parts to build all of the ones that are demanded in the market. Hence, you see the resales of all of these consoles still happening 2 years later. Peyton says Ricardo Premium is still online. They're only restocking things they can't sell online. Good to know, Peyton. Giving Ricardo and the rest of us a bit of info there. And guys, I do, speaking of Super Bowl coming up this weekend and us all hoping for sports cards, I do have breaks going on this weekend. The morning of the big game, super stoked. I'm going to be on at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 East Coast time, a little bit before Chi City pulls. So I don't want to steal his audience. Just trying to get our breaks done. And then for the people that wanted to buy into his huge big game break, they could participate in that and then hang out. But check out my website, guys, schultzescardpulls.com. I got a sweet break this weekend, actually a couple of them, and then an OT break planned as well if we do sell everything out. Excited to see if we can go Joe Burrow hunting. Looking for that huge Joe Burrow parallel. We got a nice hobby Joe Burrow hunt as well. I got a 2020 Optic H2 box that the Joe Burrow parallel I think is like $350 or $400 out of. So everybody hunting for Joe right now. As we're talking about the cards and values of singles, one guy that is holding the market up at this point is Joe Burrow. And of course, the entire 2020 rookie class is very strong for football, and not just quarterbacks. You know, you got guys like Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, and others that have already established themselves as premier athletes in the NFL. I think that 2020 class is going to be one of the most valuable and sought after rookie classes for years to come in the NFL going forward. All Day says consoles are unbreakable. There you go, All Day. Brian Lawhorn says Target is playing like Westbrook for the Lakers. That's funny. Dustin Sam says, guys, the consoles haven't been out for 2 years. It's 2022. Did they come out at the end of 2020? So like, all right, a year and a half. I guess I'm overestimating the time there. But still, a year plus of the entire supply line of consoles being still resold for that much profit on the secondary market. 2 years or a year and 2 months, so that is still a lot of time. And I think people still have a legitimate gripe there, wondering why it has been so long that consoles are still not back to retail price yet. But once again, guys, those supply lines, those supply chains affecting consoles just like they do pretty much with everything else. And with a super expensive, highly sought after product like that, and one that had, trucks were literally getting robbed at gunpoint when the PS5s and Xboxes had just come out for that first Christmas that they were available, or that first holiday season leading up to that. So since then, it's just been a complete S show, and here we are, a year and 2 months, almost a year and a half later. All right, guys, 4:18 Pacific time. Unfortunately, I guess the hot zone not really holding too much meaning this morning, because we're not going to be seeing a sports card restock on Target.com. We are going to be looking at consoles on Target.com, PS5, both digital and disc versions, as well as the Xbox Series X, which I guess if you're talking about like resale value and trying to get something for closer to retail, I think the Xbox Series X is the one that has come down a little bit in resale price, and that actually is a bit cheaper to get your hands on now. Not quite retail price yet, but it's getting there. I could be wrong. I really haven't been keeping track of like the console prices and whatnot. I just have way too much other stuff going on. All right, guys, as we wait for consoles, I see a lot of people talking about the Super Bowl in the chat. Let me know what your score predictions for Super Bowl 56 are going to be. I'd love to hear exactly what people are going to be thinking is going to happen this Sunday during the big game, and what the score is going to be by the end. Personally, I'm a huge Rams fan, but I think the Bengals are going to end up winning on a last-second field goal. Let's go. My score prediction, 27-24, or no, excuse me, 31-28 Bengals. That's my score prediction for the Super Bowl, you guys. 31-28. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Dean Lee says it's early. You're giving up too soon. Daddy says I've gotten 8 PS5s and 0 Xbox X's. PS5s are going for $660 right now. Yeah, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. The resale value on PS5 still there. Nuts. But like we just said, 2 years later, we're sitting here hoping to see families still trying to get their hands on PlayStations and Xboxes for their kids that haven't had them for over a year. Those kids that like to catch up on like exactly what console is coming out at the latest release and trying to keep up with the latest games, like, good luck. Can't really do that anymore in this world. All right, seeing a bunch of score predictions coming in. 34-17 Rams is being exclaimed. 27-17 Rams is Ken. Aprix is 17-14 Bengals. Scotto says Bengals in the over. And SoCal Sports Highlights is Rams 34, Bengals 23. You know, it's kind of funny because when I initially put out the survey, who people thought were going to win, either the Rams or the Bengals, I think it was a 2-1 answer that people were hoping that Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals were going to win, but it seems a lot of score predictions in here are saying the Rams. I see a couple. Sal says 27-24, Bengal up. Obviously, Aprix said the Bengals as well. There we go. Peyton says 34-31 Bengals. Sean Higgins says 34-31 according to The Simpsons. Yeah, Mr. Nichols 29 says 12-9 Bengals field goal. See, that's what I think is going to happen too. I think it's going to be a Bengals field goal at the end of the game. It's going to be an exciting, higher scoring game. I hate it when it's a boring, lackadaisical contest that, defense is fun, but in the Super Bowl, you got to see a couple of nice catches, a couple of nice scores, a couple of sick runs, or a kickoff, return for touchdown or something like that. Something that's super exciting. So definitely don't hope for a defensive dominated contest of the entire Super Bowl. Jonathan says 29-23 overtime. Joey Gilmore says 34-31 Bengals. Raul says, good morning, go Rams. Heck yeah, you guys. Yeah, I'm a huge Rams fan, but like I said, I do not care in the slightest. In the slightest, if my Rams do not win this one. Don't care one bit. Cincinnati not going to a Super Bowl since 1988. It would be a great story. It's going to be a great game either way. Jay Way says the Rams are going to stomp. 41-17 Elite T-Bone. What's going on, man? Welcome to the Schulte fam, brother. Scotto says 27-24 Bengals. Yeah, we're getting close, guys. I really think it actually is. It really is a pretty valid point talking about what the score is going to be. I guess with the other stuff going on in the NFL, it allowed for maybe a distraction from the extra 2-week-long Super Bowl coverage. But now that we're looking at Thursday before the game, we can officially really start talking about scores and bets. And some people asking about props. I did see somebody saying, hey, man, I love my props. What do you got? I love you guys. As far as the Super Bowl goes, I think it's a great opportunity, to just take a gamble. I always don't mind losing $50 to $100, maybe a little bit more than I normally would. So possibly even above $100 on the game when they have such crazy props with added value. I know the Gatorade color at the end of the game poured on the coach of the winning team is always a fun one. I love to do the length of the national anthem. There's been different points of the game where you can predict what the score is, and for the big game they always charge the values up of that, so it's always fun to see exactly what kind of wacky props are out there. Then with some combinations, you can get some great value on some different 2 and 3 player parlays for a same game parlay for the Super Bowl as well. And a lot of times, a lot of those betting services are offering up like specials regarding a couple of those bets. So usually you guys, if you make a deposit, you can get it matched somewhere, or you can kind of get that extra bonus for the big game. A lot of people advertising that. So definitely fun attached with the big game every single year, and I think a chance to just throw away 50 or $100 and say, you know what, if I hit big, I hit big. Like whoever bet that the first score of the Super Bowl was going to be a safety back when Peyton Manning and the Broncos went to the second Super Bowl in as many years for them, well, they made a ton of money that year. So just goes to show you guys there is that opportunity. All right, we're still waiting for consoles to drop. We are not seeing sports cards this morning, unfortunately, on Target.com, but we are seeing consoles drop. I love the predictions still coming in. Jonathan Amaya says Mixon's going to have a huge game. Mr. Nichols says Burrow probably gets sacked 16 times, but hey, they could still win. He's been the most sacked quarterback in the postseason. Doesn't matter. Hasn't stopped him. Clint Phelps says Mosaic football. Seriously, where is Mosaic football? Where are you, Mosaic football? Super frustrating that we have not seen that hit in the regular retail shelves as of yet. I think it's been at a couple of NFL shops. I would assume since Hitman Rip saw it at the NFL shop in Las Vegas, that it's been sprinkled around a couple other locations around the country as well, but not at Walmart yet, not at Target. Nothing as far as mainstream availability for Mosaic football cards for retail yet. Miguel T says, I'm going with the Simpsons prediction, Bengals 34-31. You know what, guys? Simpsons prediction's probably going to be right. And heck, why not go throw some money down on the exact score being 34-31 at the end of the game? I mean, throw a 20 on that one. And if you're right, the payout's huge. That would be such a crazy one to get right, although I would assume that so many people are picking that, but the odds are a little bit lower. Or, you know, these betting books know that that's the Simpsons score, so they're going to add a special and just take the loss if that ends up being the final score, which would just be a stupid small chance of happening. But hey, so you're saying there's a chance, right? You're saying there's a chance. Ken says, regardless of the score, I'm taking the money line Rams. Color and Toys and Fun says, is John Wall getting traded? That's a great question, you guys. We actually... A great question along with the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. It is 4:26, so we are just over 7.5 hours away from the NBA trading deadline. I know that the Portland Trailblazers are probably going to be trading Yusuf Nurkic, doing all kinds of deals, actually swapping a couple of the guys they got from the Pelicans to go with the Jazz to get Joe Ingles and Elijah Hughes. And hey, we've seen the Elijah Hughes rookie cards popping up from the 2020-21 set, so I'm assuming that Portland's going to give him a chance to play, so maybe value goes up there. Probably not too much, but it was just funny to see. Like, I've pulled a lot of Elijah Hughes cards and not really thought that they were valuable, but hey, he's a Portland Trailblazer now, so we'll see what happens. Optic comes later. But yeah, guys, we are 7.5 hours away from the trade deadline in the NBA, and a lot of possible deals. A lot of guys that are already on the move. Domantas Sabonis, the surprise swap with the Kings for Tyrese Halliburton. And a lot of teams would have been calling for Tyrese Halliburton if they knew that he was available. A lot of teams. Super weird when you see a guy like that that should be a cornerstone that you build your franchise around, and then it ends up super frustrating, and then you trade him for a good player, but the ceiling for Halliburton, I believe, is so much higher than Domantas Sabonis, and that's not a knock against Sabonis. I've wanted him on the Portland Trailblazers for years. Not just because he's Arvydas' kid, but because he is a very good basketball player who would fit well into the Trailblazers system. So I love Domantas Sabonis, but to see a young kid with that much potential swapped for somebody that, you know, is been expected to be available at the trading deadline now for a couple months, it doesn't jive with me. And And I know the Kings, they say they're happy with what they did, but I'm really wondering what's going on in Sacramento, and I'm really wondering, you know what? I'm not an NBA GM. I could be wrong going forward about this, but I'm really wondering exactly what the motivation for that decision was, because it was like watching the ascent of Damian Lillard, seeing Tyrese Halliburton scoring. It was like 38 a week or two ago, and then I think last week or earlier this week, he had like 17 assists. Career high for the Sacramento Kings, and 17 assists, nothing to sneeze at. Nobody does that very often in the NBA. So obviously the talent there with Halliburton, but a ton of other deals, guys, that could be happening today in the next 7 hours in the NBA. Oh yeah, and huge news, LaMelo Ball getting into the All-Star game as a reserve, replacing Kevin Durant. Kings effing up, says Buff and Holy. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking so, guys. 4:29 Pacific time here on Schulte's Card Pulls. Not seeing a restock happening for sports cards today, but we are hopefully scoring some people some consoles this morning. I know that PS5s and Xboxes have been loaded on the back end, or at least PS5s have. I guess I shouldn't misspeak and say that consoles have been loaded, because they haven't. That Xbox consoles have been loaded, because they haven't. They have not. Brian Lawhorn says, this just in, the Lakers shutting down, sending the whole team to the G League. That's funny. But yeah, definitely definitely dealing with injuries this year, but maybe a year more of a discovery of young talent, guys that they have pinned their hopes on in development in a couple of years. Maybe give them a chance to see if they're good, and if there's something that could be maybe a mid-tier coming off the bench guy energy addition to your team next year to make the Lakers something crazy. That's pretty much what the Lakers are going to be doing, just kind of a talent experimentation for the rest of the year, I would assume. All right, guys. Appreciate every single one of you being here. If you would, smash that like button. It helps me feed 2 kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Still looking at PS5s loaded up on Target.com. Scotto says Lakers losing to the Blazers last night. Well, when you got 2 teams in turmoil like that, I think it's just kind of like throw something against the wall and hope it sticks during the game, right? I was actually surprised to see that final score is like 107-105. What? But it was a good performance for Anthony Simons. I'm assuming his rookie cards are going up. He scored almost 30. Speaking of the ascent of a young player, Anthony Simons basically doing the same thing in Portland that Tyrese Halliburton is in, well, not Sacramento now, but Indiana. These nuts has hit that like button. I appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, please hit that like button. It helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee as we wait for consoles to get dropped this morning. And I did see a couple of people checking the website out for breaks coming up here on the morning of the big game. And I should have mentioned, you guys, you do have the chance entering those breaks. You will have the chance to win these slabs as well. Jordan Love, PSA 10, and a Russell Wilson, PSA 8.5 Chrome rookie, as well as a Jalen Hurts 9.5 Mosaic debut parallel, and a Justin Jefferson, a J-Jeff Mosaic PSA 10 green prism parallel. So chances to win those slabs coming up in the break this weekend as well. We're going to have a lot of great stuff happening, guys, for Super Bowl Sunday. So please, if you're thinking of grabbing a spot, do it now, because I'm assuming in the next couple of days, they're probably going to disappear very quickly. And if you are looking for sports cards, remind you once again, and for those that are just coming on into the live stream, that Mosaic Basketball is up right now on Fanatics.com, you guys. Mosaic Basketball Blasters are available on Fanatics.com. They are Fanatics exclusives. Fanatics exclusives, green cracked ice parallels coming out of those Mosaic Basketball Blasters. And essentially, the value of the Fanatics exclusives from pretty much every release has always been a lot higher than every other blaster and every other mega for Walmart or for Target, because it usually seems to be printed a lot less and the access seems to be a little bit more limited. So I think people sleeping on the Mosaic blasters from Fanatics right now, you guys, but they are available. Little expensive for people's taste. I understand they're 40 bucks a pop, but it's because they are the Fanatics exclusives. I think, imagine, guys, remember when Prism basketball was at its height? When the Fanatics exclusive Prism basketball blasters came out, they were like 89 or 99 bucks. So $39.99 for a blaster box with green cracked ice prisms for a Fanatics exclusive. It's really not that bad. Clay Daniels says $40. Nah, they have become the scalpers. Why not $40 for a Fanatics exclusive for Mosaic? But if y'all were going to pay for a Prism exclusive from Fanatics, I mean, that got bought up within like 30 seconds from Fanatics. So I'm a little confused as to why people were jumping on the Prism basketball blaster for $100 from Fanatics, but $40 for the Mosaic blaster from Fanatics is too much. That doesn't make sense to me, guys. Unfortunately, we are not in the world of blaster boxes costing $20 anymore, guys. Blaster boxes cost $20 way back in like 2007, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, $20 blaster boxes have been around for way too long. Inflation had not caught up with sports cards yet, and that's one of the reasons why flippers were able to gain such a hold. So you got to understand, you guys, every time you're like, oh man, 30 bucks, 40 bucks for a blaster, it's an exclusive release. And when you're looking at Prism being double and a half the price, but you're saying, heck yeah, I still would have gotten that, it really boggles my mind and puzzles me why you wouldn't pay $40 for a Mosaic blaster. Just saying. And 49ers fans says you can still pull Genesis from the Fanatics blasters also. Yes, you can. PS5 discs are live, guys. If you want to go on a PS5 disc, good luck to everybody. I don't care about consoles, unfortunately. But if y'all wanted to grab a PS5 disc, those are live right now. So thank you to people that are letting us know in the chat. But consoles are live, guys. Good luck. Go get that PS5. Mosaic is a good product, says Ricky's Harley Davidson's life. Ricky's Harley Davidson life. Excuse me. Sorry, Ricky. I misspoke there. But yeah, guys, PS5 disc versions, not the digital ones. Disc versions are in stock. Mr. Burns says, too much, 40 bucks. Yeah, but nobody said that the Prism blaster for $99.99 was too much, so that just doesn't make sense. Everybody's like, too much, but nobody can answer as to why like a Prism blaster wasn't too much for $99.99. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Mr. Burns says, $40, don't buy it, too much. Well, give me some logic, Mr. Burns. Why? Answer my question. I'm saying, hey, the Prism is super low limited availability with the green cracked ice prisms and now selling for like 250 bucks per blaster. Why would you not think the same is going to happen eventually with a Mosaic basketball blaster? Run, flippers, run, says Prop in Montana. Benji Sports Cars says, do digital editions drop for pickup? I believe they do. I'm a ripper, not a flipper, says Chaps831. Matthew Rooney says, people are waking up to the scam. Michael says, $25 off with the red card, too. You talking about a PS5? There you go, guys. PS5 disc version. Got 25 bucks off. Okay. Get that. It's only one green cracked ice, says GLDO. Well, I don't think there were more than one or two in the Prism Basketball Fanatics exclusives as well. I know there were a ton of packs. I think there were like 8 or 10 packs. So maybe you had a chance at like a couple, but one for 40 bucks. I'd say that's pretty standard. Steve says, sounds like someone is working for Fanatics. Nice pitch. No, Steven, I do not work for Fanatics. However, I would champion you guys. I mean, I'm just trying to give you the advice that like I think is best, but if you're all going to come back at me and say like, well, you're just pining for something. I mean, I literally come at you with facts and try to give you like logic, but seriously, why would I try to lead you astray? Why would I try to lead you astray? There are no other cards available this morning, and I'm pointing out the one spot where you can get Mosaic basketball. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Steven. I appreciate you, brother, but like like no. I think that Fanatics is going to be a good thing going forward in the hobby. But you know what, guys? There is the potential for Fanatics to take it the complete other way and to screw it up. So I'm not just sitting here saying like Fanatics is going to make everything great guaranteed. I am not saying that. I'm saying the potential for things to be great is there. The potential for things to be crappy is also there in the hobby. So I'm not just thinking Fanatics is going to like be a guaranteed amazing addition and the perfect ones to take everything to the next level. What I'm saying is I'm hopeful that because of their big platform and because the establishment that they already have all over sports in general, I think that those connections and that base that they've already built could take the hobby to whole new heights. But it could go totally the other way as well, and they could just start charging a ton more money for everything, make the access really limited for everything, make it a true rich person's hobby. So I don't, I'm not, don't think that I'm just saying like, hey guys, Fanatics is going to make everything great guaranteed. I definitely think that there is still the potential for things to go wrong there. Mr. Burns says you'll regret it later when the 2021-22 draft class is trash. Everyone's going to end up going 2020 year, both NBA and NFL. Yeah, I think in 2020 and 2021 in the NBA and then 2020 and 2021 in the NFL are two of the better and more chase-filled rookie releases that we've seen. And some of that is fueled, by speculation with everybody back in the hobby in droves. However, I think that the potential is still there for those guys. And there isn't a year guaranteed, every single time out with every single release where you're getting like 4, 5, 6 chase quarterbacks, for instance, in 2021. And then in 2020, you're looking at like 4 really young quarterbacks that have the potential to be really good. Obviously, 2 of those have kind of risen above the rest in Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow kind of at the top of that right now. But, with the Tua Tagovailoa, with the Jalen Hurts potential, with the Jordan Love potential, and then obviously in 2021, seeing another 5 guys in the NFL as quarterbacks coming in like that. Chases are fun, and 20 and 21, both in the NBA and NFL, are going to have value for years to come chasing those rookies. I promise you there. Also, Mosaic has a ton of print. Yes, Clay, I agree with you. Mosaic has printed a ton. However, guys, remember how long Prism Basketball was out as well? Prism Basketball was leaked out through, when did that get released? April, May, and through fall of 2021, we were still seeing new Prism Basketball being released on Target.com and seeing cello packs at all kinds of pharmacies. So the Prism Basketball print run wasn't low either, you guys. Len Weaver with a $4.99 super chat. Len, thank you so much, man. Too generous of you, brother. I appreciate it. Says I grabbed 2 of those blasters from Fanatics. Thanks, Schultz. You're absolutely welcome, man. I really am trying to help you guys out. I'm here trying to get you all sports cards, and I would be remiss to tell you about a place that's offering sports cards and to say like, hey, don't go buy those. That's the only spot at this point in the morning offering sports cards. And unfortunately, I know we're trying to score those Mosaic Basketball Megas. We're trying to score the NFL Mosaic Basketball Retail. Hasn't hit the shelves at Target.com yet. Super frustrating. We're still left waiting in the lurch. But until then, you guys, if you want something, if you want it coming to your house soon, Mosaic Basketball Blasters, the Fanatics exclusives, are available. So that's all I was trying to do. Mark says, Schultzy's damned if you do and damned if you don't. Exactly. If I don't say something, I'm hiding it. If I do say something, then I'm ruining it for everybody, and I'm pushing a product, or I'm just trying to make money. So yeah, it doesn't. Either way, I get accused of doing something wrong by people. So no worries. It's fine. People is, Dominic's actually making a good point. People complaining over a $5 increase for a limited print run variation. People just don't population numbers for great cards. That's the thing with these green cracked ice cards, you guys. The chance at those and the value there is going to be a lot higher because the print run's going to be a lot more limited. So when you see those parallels for sale and you see those being graded and the prices going up to stupid levels, that's going to be why, because this is a limited edition box. Scott Tolliver says, don't forget Drake Fromm talking about the 2020 quarterback class. That's funny. Yeah, Jacob Eason too, right? Dollars, Comics, and Cards says, Schulte's Card Pulls is the man. I appreciate you, buddy. Dollars, Comics, and Cards. Thank you so much, guys. PS5 consoles, disc editions. I don't know if they're still in stock or not, but they did go live a few minutes ago. So if anybody wanted a PS5 disc edition, that would have been the time to get one. Is there Genesis in the Mega Box for Mosaic Basketball? Asks Rudy Rips. Yes, Rudy, the Genesis does come in the Mega Box. It comes in every variation of retail, brother. Every variation. Cellos, Mega Boxes, Blaster Boxes, Hanger Boxes. It is a case hit for every single one of those. So for Blaster Boxes, for instance, you're looking at 20 blasters per case. And for hangers, I'm thinking about the same, 20 hangers per case. Also for cellos, that's actually a little bit harder to hit one because it's not just one Genesis per box. It's one per case. And, of course, there are a ton of boxes with a ton of those packs in a case of cello packs for Mosaic Basketball. Maybe Harden-headed to Philly at Steel City. Yeah, we'll see, guys. The Brooklyn Nets could be flipping James Harden to Philadelphia here in the next 7 hours as the NBA trading deadline about to expire coming up here soon. Neon Rips is just comped 3 Fanatics blasters. Thanks for the plug, Schulte. You're very welcome, you guys. Happy to help. Yeah, go grab them. Use that link down in the description, my Fanatics affiliate link. In fact, you guys, not just the Fanatics Mosaic Basketball blasters, but anytime you do shopping on Fanatics, digital editions live. Go on the digital editions, guys. Digital editions are live. Go on the digital edition consoles. Digital editions are live, everybody. Miguel T says Digi Live. And I don't think there's going to be many digital editions, guys. Those, of course, are very highly sought after by collectors. So good luck to you there. But I know that people that are trying to score digital editions are probably going to be SOL trying to grab those. Digitals are live. Javier asking if this is a Justin Herbert jersey. Yes, it is a Justin Herbert jersey. It absolutely is a Justin Herbert jersey. Race is gone in 1 second. Oh, yeah, guys, the bots got those right up. The digitals are gone within a second. The bots got those immediately. So, yeah, guys, do me a favor. Click through my Fanatics affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but anytime you make a purchase on Fanatics, it helps the channel out. And I get a little chunk of what you buy. So anytime you're buying gifts or buying any of this, like a Justin Herbert jersey, and you're going on Fanatics, make sure you come on through to Schulte's Card Pulls first. Or you just, this is really easy, you guys. If you do shop at Fanatics pretty regularly, just use my link and then pin it like in your bookmarks for Fanatics. And then just anytime you shop, you don't even have to think about it. You just support the channel. So I'd appreciate that. On Ness Bonilla, 199 Super Chat. Thank you so much, Ness. Dude, you guys are too generous. No PS5 for sale when I click the link. I'm so sorry, Ness. I know those digitals, they disappear quick, man. They disappear quick. And pretty funny that the same hot zone that we have for sports cards, which is 4 to 4:50 a.m. Pacific time, 7 to 7:50 a.m. East Coast time. That is the exact timing that we saw consoles drop this morning on Target.com. Pretty crazy. It's like, this is the time that they drop that valuable stuff online. Yeah. Not surprising in the slightest. All right, guys. 4:47 Pacific time. Appreciate every single one of you. I'll hang out until 5:10 like I usually do. Want to keep it as normal as possible. Anyone collect Digimon back in the day? Sal, I love it. Asking about Digimon. Digimon, digital monsters. Oh, you're throwing back memories, man. Digimon, Pogs. Playing Pogs with your friends while you were watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in the day. Now that is a throwback. That is an absolute throwback, no doubt. Ryan asking how are Pikachu and Eevee. They are doing fantastic, although Pikachu is the one that caused me to trip coming up the stairs and spill this all over the place and have to delay me from coming on the air this morning on time, so I apologize. But they're good. They're good. TJ says, where did Schulte say the Fanatics link was? TJ, if you go down in my description, it is just labeled a Fanatics affiliate link. Let me see here. It is down below all of the sports card links. Schulte's paid affiliate links. Fanatics is the first one there. Or if you just go to any of my videos and click on the first pinned comment, the Fanatics affiliate link is there as well. Javier says, looks clean. I'm trying to get that white jersey, but it's been sold out for months. Thanks, Javier. I appreciate that. Yeah, I understand, man. Those Herbert jerseys, the white ones, have been super popular, super hard to get your hands on. And with supply chains that we've been talking about, kind of hankering everything else, like from consoles to everyday items to things like sports jerseys. Sucks, man. Sorry that you haven't been able to get your hands on one. Boston's Finest says couldn't get a console. Sorry about that, buddy. Brian says just got 3 Mosaic blasters from Fanatics. I'm going to hold for all who slept on buying them. They will be more than 40. You're absolutely right. I'm telling you guys, those Fanatics blasters are going to go up. They are going to go up. I grabbed a few myself. Excited to sit on them. Probably going to throw a few in an upcoming break because those green cracked ices, the potential for those is pretty badass as well. Bowie Buckets is go to Fanatics and type in trading card box, then filter by newest. They show up on top. Or just search Mosaic Basketball. They should show up as well. Yeah, they have lower production runs. What's going on, Run Good Life? Run Good Life hanging out, everybody. RGL in the house. If you got those goat emojis ready, guys, give Run Good Life the goat emoji. Run Good, what's going on, man? Saw you working hard last night. Working hard. Live with some awesome breaks, brother. I stopped by, gave a like, but very busy. Had to go pick the wife up from the airport, so and was not able to chat. But saw some really fun stuff going on, man. Chaps 831 says, "What up, Run Good?" John Rod says, "Schulte is a low-key flipper 100." Not really. I've sold stuff to pay for rips before in the past. Absolutely. And I'm super okay with that. And I advocate people doing that. But when you clear off the shelves, when you're not in the hobby whatsoever, and you're just buying the boxes to just sell them for profit to people that really have no better idea of what they should be paying for those, that's what frustrates me. And it limits access to the hobby. And John, I'm telling you, man, I'm all about access to the hobby. I'm not a low-key flipper, man. I'm just not. John Rod asking if Run Good is your twin brother. We definitely look a lot alike. We could probably pass as brothers for sure. Brother from another mother. Run Good Life says the 9-hour stream ended like 3 hours ago. Took an hour break. Back at it. Pre-sorting breaks. For my wife to sort in the morning, got to crank out an email template, then back off to bed for 6 hours. Run Good, I hear you, buddy. Yeah, you got to schedule out that, sleep, man. Sounds like Run Good, you kind of sustain yourself on, little 4 to 6 hour naps like I do. You know, for everybody that's saying, breakers just make a ton of money, and these people on YouTube that are just trying to, push cards out and that are trying to, get people to, watch them rip cards and get paid for it. We are putting in so much work, and I know for a fact, when I did the battle with Run Good Life last year, actually still on the channel, a really fun 2020 select mega box battle. We were able to do it in person together. You got to watch the video on Run Goods and my channel to see the complete results of the 2020 select mega box battle, but it was awesome. But even then, talking with him about his daily schedule and about what he was doing, getting boxes ready for rips and that kind of thing, you guys, it's a lot of work. A lot of work this life is. Sometimes I think I'm a little crazy that I got myself into it, but you know what? I'm going to keep on keeping on because I love sports. I love the hobby. I love collecting. I love the nostalgia. And I love the possibility of hitting pay dirt, baby, just like everybody else. Prod by CVS says, why is Fanatics products sought after? Well, Prod, because usually Fanatics exclusives have a specific colored parallel that the Target and Walmart retail versions of products do not. And the print run for the Fanatics exclusives usually is a lot lower than what the parallels for Walmart and Target versions are. For instance, like this cracked ice version, you guys, I guarantee you they probably printed like 50,000 boxes worth as opposed to like 100,000 boxes worth for each Target and Walmart. That's a really, really low like just number, throwing it out there. They probably printed millions of boxes, but what I'm saying is the Fanatics availability is probably lower by at least half. And it's not like you continue to see Fanatics cards with exclusives specifically being released on their website each week like you do with Target or Walmart. That's the difference with Fanatics exclusives as opposed to like the regular retail boxes from Target and Walmart. At least it's work you like, says Bradley Wills. That's very true, Bradley. And that is something that my wife and I talk about all the time. Working for ourselves is something that, working for myself is something I've always wanted to do. And now that I have the ability to do so, and guys like Run Good Life. Yep, there he is. Run Good Life saying I hated working 50 hours a week for somebody else. So now I work 120 for myself. That's a baby, Run Good. I hear you, buddy. Same here, man. Same here. That is exactly the concept of life that I was so sick of going in and clocking in and making somebody else's company better. So yeah, that philosophy of life, man, just making your own life better, making your own situation better. Had to jump on that bandwagon. So good for you. TJ says, thanks, Schulte. I just ordered one blaster to rip. Heck yeah. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it, TJ. Not trying to just push Fanatics products, you guys. The print runs are lower, and I think that they're a buy. And in 3, 4, 5 months from now, you'll be mad when you don't have your hands on those and they're nowhere to be seen, and you see them for like double the price or around $100 per blaster on eBay. I promise you, they will be that way. I promise. Georgie, I appreciate it, man. Says Schulte, late to the party as usual and no cards today. We still loving it. Well, thank you so much, Georgie. Mad appreciation and mad props to you for showing up still. You guys are all awesome. Whether you're just hanging out, whether you do smash that like button or not, whether you guys are chatting, I love every single one of you, so I really appreciate that. And guys, do me a huge favor, smash that like button. It does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee will get some nice extra treats if you guys hit the like button and send this out to a lot more people on YouTube. Tells the algorithm how much you enjoy it, and will let people know that they should watch it as well. Run Good Life says Burrow Super Bowl win does not affect 2020 wax. It was low-hanging fruit for the hobby. Select Mega sitting in 110 forever was an obvious steal, and I didn't get enough before they jumped. Yeah, Run Good Life. I'm so mad that I did not buy more select mega boxes at that price point because now they're sitting at like $175 per mega. I mean, I'm kicking myself in the freaking face. Mr. Nichols says, do you love me? Yes, I love you all. I love you all. I love every single one of you, and I want to be here for every single one of you guys. I appreciate you. Yes. Yeah, you guys rock. You guys are awesome, and you make my experience in the hobby so much better, and I can't thank you enough. And I just want to share the love and use my talent and skills in a place where I think that adds value to the world and that can help people kind of release from their stress of their daily lives, and that's sports. So yes, I love you all. D's Rips 5280 says, LOL, some already 100 on eBay. Yeah, and those aren't going to sell right now, but I'm telling you here, in a couple of months, once the Mosaic basketball blasters are not available anymore, those will be bought up. So people saying, okay, you know what? I'm not going to make money on these now, but I'm kind of going to set it and forget it. And in 2 or 3 months, I'm going to make my money back plus a bunch. So Sal says, do you love me too, Schulte? Yes, I love every single one of you. Ricky says, we love you. I appreciate you. Ricky's Harley Davidson life. Thanks, Randy. Prophet Montana says, I hit like on both of my accounts. Thank you so much, Prophet Montana. Is there a sign of a drop yet, says Canyon? Unfortunately, Canyon, we have already seen PS5 digitals and PS5 discs drop this morning, so no cards happening this week, you guys. Target has skipped 2 weeks in a row, and pretty weird because a lot of people were thinking consoles were going to get dropped last week. They didn't. No cards or consoles were dropped, And then all of a sudden here this Thursday, it was a console drop. So pretty crazy. Target just skipped a week total for everything and making us wait again. But if this is what went down this week, I would assume, guys, that next Tuesday, we're going to see a fat restock here on Target.com. Can you buy multiple times a day on Fanatics or just once a day, says Ben34, a Big 34 Den? I believe it's as many times as you want. I think it's a per transaction limit, Big, but if you wanted to buy, I think the limit is 4 blasters per transaction. If you wanted to buy that like 6 times, I think you could. I bought myself 10 blasters yesterday. I bought 10 Mosaic Fanatics exclusive blasters, and I'm thinking that I should go back and buy more to throw in some breaks going forward, because I'm telling you guys, in 6 months, in 2 to 6 months, when those aren't available anymore and the premium price for those is going to be there, gonna be like, shoot, dang. Just like Run Good said on Chrome, for Update Chrome, which, you know what? I'll pretty much come out and say I was probably wrong about on Update Chrome Baseball Mega Boxes. The value with those rookies is there, and the long-term hold is there. It just sucks when you rip a box and you just don't get anybody. But I think my recency bias maybe played into my thoughts about Chrome Update. But what Run Good Life was saying about Chrome Update, you guys, I'm saying about the Mosaic Basketball blaster boxes. Good holds. Run Good Life says you can check out as many as you want. There you go, guys. Boom. Likes down, says Joe Wilson. I appreciate it. Hey, Neon Rip says, hey, guys, I'm 3 subs away from 300. Would love for you to check me out. Sorry for the plug on my channel, says Neon Rips. Dude, that's okay. Neon Rips, hopefully somebody can go sub to your channel. Help him get 300 subs, you guys. 500 people in here. I think we can make that happen. Nate says, what blasters do you recommend to buy on Fanatics? Just joined and missed the conversation. No worries, Nate. I'm talking about Mosaic basketball blasters available specifically on Fanatics, you guys. Mosaic basketball blasters available on Fanatics. They are Fanatics exclusives for $40. They contain 1 green cracked ice parallel, and they are available right now. And I truly believe that they are going to be shooting up in value in the next 6 months to a year, or 2 or 3. Going forward, they're going to be even higher than they were this year. So grab those while you can. You're going to be so mad that you didn't. Oh, congrats. Brian Lawhorn says going on 22 years clean this year. Sorry, I just can't talk, Brian. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's huge. Oh, Ness Bonilla with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Ness. What do you think of the Chronicles Fanatics exclusive, dude? Too generous with that cash, bro. I appreciate you. The Chronicles basketball mega box, guys, that is actually still available for $60. And I believe they have either green cracked ice or teal parallels in there. I love teal parallels, so me personally, I picked up a couple. I think with Chronicles, it's always, you know, kind of one of those sets that is hated or loved because it's got the different combos of things. But I think it's worth it, and the potential for pulling a huge auto, despite the chances being low, the potential's there. So I grabbed myself a couple of those Chronicles basketball Fanatics exclusive mega boxes as well. However, the long-term hold value there is not going to be the same, and I think you can see that even with like Chronicles football from 2020 is barely doubled in price for like mega boxes right now. So unfortunately, just people with the Chronicles football, the long-term value, collectors just not seeing it, unfortunately. Oh, Tim, I appreciate you, man. Tim Newich says, you and RGL are the very best. Thank you so much, Tim. You guys rock. Oh, I just had a couple, you guys. It looks like we did have a couple of orders come in for spots this weekend. I appreciate all y'all's here in the last 20 minutes for breaks coming up here on the morning of the big game. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully we'll have a huge poll or 2 or 3. But spots filling up, you guys. So, yeah, go grab those if you want to participate in a sweet couple of breaks. And we got chances to win some awesome slabs, including a Russell Wilson rookie 8.5 as well. Dominic says, much love, Schultz. Enjoyed my morning listening and getting the kids ready for school. Have a good day. Thanks, Dominic. You as well, man. I appreciate you guys. I will be back next Tuesday. I'll be on for another 7 minutes or so, but I'll be back next Tuesday and hopefully sitting here bright and early waiting for Target to drop sports cards after a 2-week delay. Mr. Nichols 29 says, Fanatics always goes up. The green cracked ice is the only cracked ice Mosaic parallel that exists too, so it'll be a very unique one and should be desirable. Yeah, guys, the cracked ice parallels are a little bit more common in other sets, but as far as Mosaic, Mr. Nichols makes a very great point and something that I didn't even think about, you guys. Mosaic doesn't have other cracked ice parallels. I know that there are a lot of parallels out there, and with each release, it seems like there are more colored parallels year to year. However, when you've got a very limited run of one kind of parallel in a print run that is high or not, it really doesn't matter. That parallel is going to be sought after. Did Walmart drop anything yesterday? Asking Bradley Wills. Yes, Bradley, they dropped some Illusions football mega boxes, as well as some Mosaic basketball mega boxes, albeit not many. The bots were able to score most of those, but even still, there weren't as many to score as there were Illusions football mega boxes. And there were Illusions football blasters, and then some hoops that I think is still up on Walmart.com. But other than that, I'm probably forgetting like an item or two. I think I saw like Mosaic basketball hangers at one point. There really wasn't much available on Walmart.com, unfortunately. 2 weeks in a row where manual users have really gotten skunked out, you guys. And weird because usually with manual users, you really get a good opportunity when the first stock of an item happens on Walmart.com. Like mega boxes for Mosaic basketball, for instance, were restocked for the first time or stocked for the first time. This was last Wednesday, so it would have been Wednesday the 2nd, Groundhog Day. And manual users were not able to get their hands on any. So pretty crazy and pretty frustrating for a lot of people there. S3 Nano says, have a great day, Schultze, and chat. Happy hunting. I appreciate you, Nano. Yeah, guys, I will be actually going out on a retail hunt for sports cards later today. So excited to see if stuff is restocked near me. Maybe I'll find more of those $5 Walgreens football collector's edge boxes. Give me that 2020 select football pack. Give me that Joe Burrow parallel, baby. Let's go. Walmart didn't drop cards, says Joshua T. They did. They did drop cards. I promise you they did. News Now says R.I.P. Jeremy Giambi. Yeah, guys, if you didn't hear, Jeremy Giambi, Jason Giambi's brother, passed away. Found dead in his parents' home. Was only 47 years old. If y'all have seen Moneyball, he was a character in that movie, but he was also a part of a very huge play, Major League Baseball history, in the playoffs against the New York Yankees, a slide at home plate where Derek Jeter tagged him, and there's still debate going on about that, but a lot of people side with Derek Jeter and say that he was tagged out at home plate. But rest in peace, Jeremy Giambi. A very surprising loss from the sports world that we saw yesterday, you guys. Bowie Buckets says, nope, they were Donruss boxes, not Optic. Wrong description. No, Bowie, are you talking about the Optic basketball retail boxes? Those actually are Optic basketball retail. And if you don't believe me, Bowie, I know that because I've gotten one in the mail before, and I will prove it to you once I get this one in the mail. I was able to grab one of those yesterday. That was pretty much the only thing I got. And yeah, those are not Donruss. Those are Donruss Optic. Those are the Optic retail boxes. So already ordered one from Walmart. It is just the wrong picture, not the wrong description. The description is actually what is correct there. Yeah, Bowie Buckets is really? Absolutely, Bowie. Absolutely. Bro, I promise you, I wouldn't lead you astray there. A lot of people that bought those, yeah, it is Optic basketball. Mr. Nichols says, sucks about Giambi. Huge fan of Moneyball. Such a great movie. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a sports movie to just fill a couple hours and you're just kind of wondering what you should watch, yeah, just put Moneyball on, man. Because that for me, you know, there's some movies that are remote droppers. Obviously, my two favorites, Shawshank Redemption, and I think everybody, if you see Shawshank Redemption on any channel, it's a remote dropper for you. Goodfellas for me. My other, it's like 1 and 1A. Those are my two favorite movies. Also a remote dropper. Well, I personally believe that Moneyball is a remote dropper as well. Fast Eddie P says, I have two of his autos, talking about Jeremy Giambi. That's crazy, man. Wow, back in the day. That must have been fun getting those. I'm assuming you pulled those or you went and got those personally autoed either at a game or at like spring training, which sounds really awesome. No, it's all good, Bowie. Don't worry about it, brother. It's not your fault that Walmart and Target are completely way off on their descriptions of products sometimes. Like, guys, this is when JR was doing the live streams this last summer, but wasn't there a product released on Walmart.com that everybody bought and then Walmart had to cancel orders because the picture was actually of a hobby box instead of a retail box? Like, Walmart has been known to screw up the picture of the item that they're sending out or that they're selling. So, Fast Eddie P says, hold them. Nice, Fast Eddie P. That's awesome. Mainly Sports Cards says, once I bought the Optic Complete set, I stopped chasing. Yeah, I understand, man. That Optic Complete set and the Pulsars that come out of there, along with the chance for the green and purple Pulsars, depending on what set you got, Fanatics or the Target set, which had the purple pack. So those are a pretty complete, nice way of grabbing all the rookies that you need. And if you get a good box and you get cards that are well-centered, you can send them off and get PSA 10s for some of them. And that is how some people really enjoy collecting. And they get all that done in one box, at least if you get a good box anyways. I did see somebody asking earlier, hey, did you send off your Anthony Edwards yet to PSA? No, I should be doing that by the end of the week. I actually am going to get some more pull tabs to put it in one of those hard sleeves for grading and a plastic sleeve, and then put the pull tab on it so nobody can mess with any of the corners or anything. And then I will be getting that sent off to PSA. I already filled out my online submission form. Excited to get that Anthony Edwards NBA debut Mosaic Genesis off. Hopefully it comes back as a PSA 10. There has not been a PSA 10 of an Anthony Edwards debut yet. So we'll see. I think the last sale of a Mosaic Genesis Anthony Edwards rookie base, or a true rookie, excuse me, was like $5,500. So I'm hoping that if it's a 10 and if it's an NBA debut, you get anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000. Just a hope. Just a hope. I got all kinds of stars in my head right now. Winston asking, hey, did I miss a restock? You did, Winston, but it was of consoles, not of sports cards, brother. So no worries there. No worries there. You didn't miss much. All right, guys, 5:11 Pacific time, 8:11 East Coast time. I really don't want to keep everybody around for a super long time. I would love to have all you hang out, but I know that you got to get about your days. So we'll get you out and resuming normal activities now. Apologize that there were no cards on Target.com. But please, guys, if you have not, check out my free Discord, hanging out with the same people during the week that are on the live streams, and that just help people by exchanging not only information on what cards restocked when, but letting people know, about some great deals on some cards and making trades happen. Just a lot of cool stuff in the Discord with a lot of the people here hanging out from the live stream, and that is just there all the time. So it's pretty fun. Don't have to be early in the morning to hang out with this crowd. So check out the free Discord, guys. Go check out Schultz'sCardPulls.com. Got some spots left in both of my breaks, although they are disappearing. We had some spots bought this morning. I appreciate y'all, and a chance to win a ton of slabs coming up with those football rips on Big Game Sunday. Early, going to be fun, and hopefully we pull some fire. Got a Mosaic football no huddle box included in those rips, you guys, those breaks, excuse me. So tons of fun stuff coming up on the channel, and of course I'll be back bright and early next Tuesday for a possible, and I would bet the house that I don't own that there will be a restock next Tuesday on Target.com after they skipped the last 2 weeks and even skipped consoles last week. Just not really giving us any regular schedule at this point now for the last 2 months, doing every other Tuesday, but then of course they switch it up. Hopefully that means they come back and just start doing it on Tuesday next week, guys. Thanks again, and good luck to everybody this weekend. Make sure that you bet responsibly, and hopefully y'all have fun watching the big game, and I will see you bright and early, actually on Big Game Sunday, 9:30 Pacific time, 12:30 East Coast time, and of course for the morning live stream for Weekly Target Watch, bright and early next Tuesday at 3:45 a.m. Pacific time. All right, everybody. See you next week. Schultz's Card Pulls out. Be good to yourselves and each other. Thanks, y'all.